Hello, and welcome back to the History of Music. We hope you've enjoyed following us as we studied the lives of J.S. Bach in the Baroque period, the life of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart in the classical music period, and today we will look at yet another great composer. Here we can see that we began in the 1600s with J.S. Bach as he was composing with George Frederick Handel. Then in the classical period, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was on the scene. Now at the end of the classical period began the Romantic period with Ludwig van Beethoven. Today, we will be looking at the life of Ludwig van Beethoven. You will now hear from our announcer with a deep voice.
Mozart had made his mark on music, and it seemed as if nothing would break the style he and the other great classical composer Haydn had established. The style of classical was established, and everyone liked it that way. That is, everyone except Ludwig van Beethoven from Bonn. While in his 30s, Mozart was considered the greatest songwriter in the world, and many hopeful young musicians came to see if the great Mozart would be willing to teach them more. Ludwig van Beethoven was one of them.
The next young man is Hans Hammenberger Salad.
Very well. Send him in. Play me a song, piano man. Play a song for me. Thank you. Next, please. The next young man is Ludwig van Beethoven from Bonn. Ah, yes, I know your grandfather. He is music director of the Prince's Court in Bonn.
And my father sings in the Prince's Court.
Marvelous. So your grandfather and father have both taught you.
Yes, and many others.
Smashing, smashing. Play me a song, piano man. Play a song for me. Thank you. Next, please.
Please, Mr. Mozart, I can do much better. Just give me a chance.
I think I should have a cup of warm tea.
No, I've waited my entire life for this opportunity. I ask, nay, I beg, please give me one more chance.
One more chance. I will play a melody for you, and you will harmonize it for me. Pass this test, and I will teach you. Fail this test, and you will be banished from my room, never to return. Ha 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 ha. I will be your teacher. One day you will be a great composer.
Young Beethoven studied for a short time with the master Mozart until he received terrible news for the first time. While in Vienna, his mother had died. Beethoven returned home for a few years to help support his family. Ludwig! Ludwig!
Yes, Papa?
Ludwig, you have been here for 2 years playing piano and viola to help support the family. But I have just received word that the great composer Haydn would be interested in teaching you music. Would you like to go and study music with him?
Study music with Haydn? Another dream come true. I'll leave as soon as possible.
Started studying music with Franz Joseph Haydn and another composer named Antonio Salieri. But not long after his arrival there, irreconcilable differences appeared.
Here's a song I made up called Für Elise. How was that song I wrote, Mr. Salieri?
Ludwig, I don't know where to begin. That was disgusting. Classical music is supposed to be very conservative and elegant. Yes.
It should be controlled and civilized.
What you just played was very emotional, too expressive, completely out of control, some sort of horrible alternative music.
I'm gonna have to go wash out my ears to get that horrible sounding music out of them.
Ludwig, you are not following the lessons we taught you. Your rebellious music will never amount to anything. You must stop writing such nonsense and follow the rules.
Rules? Rules? I don't need no stinking rules. Who made the rules? You, Salieri? You, Haydn? But what about the rules before you? How about the rules you broke when you first started? I will write the music exactly as I please. Someday, gentlemen, it will be my rules that the people are following.
What?
What is he talking about?
You fool! You'll never get away with this, I tell you. You will never.
I return to my home to study music my way.
Beethoven did write a new set of rules and began shaping the beginnings of a new kind of music, a music known as romantic music. To explain what romantic means, here is a toy of Boss Nass.
Romantic music. No, it's a meaning. It's about the love. It has nothing to do with
Romance. Romantic music comes from the language spoken in Rome. It's the language that all of the less educated people were speaking, a kind of Latin slang. So when you start hearing people talking about the romantic music period, it no is a meaning love music, but lingua Roma, or Roman language.
Thank you, Boss Nass. And now back to Beethoven, already in progress. Beethoven was now 30 and faced the greatest crisis ever to face any composer.
How are you doing, Beethoven?
Oh, what did you say?
I said, how are you?
R2-D2?
No. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
What are you, going deaf?
I just can't seem to hear you. I think I'm going deaf.
Over the next 6 years, Beethoven gave up all of his performances and concentrated only on writing songs. It was during this time he wrote many of his greatest works, including this one, Beethoven's Fifth. As his hearing disappeared, his compositions just got better. To explain how this is possible, here is a very scary-looking toy.
For the musician, for the great musician, looking at notes on paper is just like when we read words. We don't have to read the words out loud to know what they mean. Beethoven, with incredible talent, could write music on paper, never actually hear the words, but know exactly what it would sound like if performed. He would know. He would know. Ha 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 ha.
We hope you